So, hello everybody, welcome back to another episode. I'm back with Aravind today. So, Aravind is an animal rights activist and a person who helped me out be a vegan and who helped me in all different ways. And after a long time chasing him, I am at lastly having him here. So, thank you very much, Aravind, for spending a time out and being here. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Yeah. So, before we begin, Aravind, why don't you take through your journey to your work and what you do and all of that?
Okay, so my name is Aravind. I'm 29 years old. I went vegan 7 years ago when I was 22. And I stumbled across by complete random, like how you said this a few minutes ago, you stumbled across my video by complete accident. I stumbled across a video titled The Best Speech You Will Ever Hear by Gary Yourofsky. I think you've heard of that person by now.
Yeah,
that bald guy.
Yeah.
So I stumbled across this YouTube video by complete sheer accident. I was a non-vegetarian lover, cannot live a day without eating meat, and would love ice creams, cakes, and everything non-vegan. Saw that video, changed my life completely. It put my life upside down within 1 hour. Of course, it took me quite some time to become vegan, but I realized I have to change. And then some more time after that, I realized that just being vegan alone wasn't enough. So I then decided to also start doing activism. So that's like a short way of describing how I started.
Okay, yeah. So pretty much the similar thing as you said, the video popped up and things happen. And I think for me also, it took me I just saw your video and I was realizing and saw more of your videos. What's the reason why it's happening? Got into more and more depth of it. And then I think after 3-4 months, so I had stopped the milk after a week or so after seeing a video. I had stopped it. And then I understood slowly, steadily. I just was realizing more and more, and was realizing that I'm eating the dahi paneer and all of that, which is a byproduct of milk. And then I just changed and stopped eating them in the lockdown. And in lockdown, when it began, I was totally vegan. So yeah, that's how it started for me, and pretty much the similar thing. It took me around 3 months to understand that. So so how was the first impression when you see a video when you are loved, when you love a thing which is you're eating forever, like when you're born you were made eat it, and then after 22 years of your life, then this video pops up, and then this tells that why it's wrong and all of that. So what was your first impression when you saw that video?
Strangely enough for me, this is how my mind works since I was a young boy. Now, I always am of the opinion that people can have different opinions, different faiths, different anything they want to, as long as their actions are not hurting someone else. I think people are free to have that. So I want to say about myself, I was an atheist from the age of 11 or 12. So I don't go by what is normal, what people do in society. I've always in my life stood up for myself in what I believed in. I look for rational answers. I look for scientific reasoning, and then I come to a conclusion. So I was born to a Hindu Brahmin family. My parents do not eat meat. I was eating beef, born to a Brahmin family, know that. So I did that because when I asked my parents, why don't we eat meat? They said, we don't eat meat because we don't eat meat. That was not a very convincing answer. So I was like, okay, good. My friends eat it. They say real man eats meat and they get strong. And my friends said all these reasons. So those reasons made much more sense to me than, we don't eat meat because we don't eat meat. But then when Gary put down the points for being vegan, and I saw the videos of animals being killed, I was convinced instantaneously. For me, it's about just being consistent in your logic. Like, right, imagine this. If I'm saying to you right now that I care for animals and I will not kill an animal because it's wrong, it's immoral, it hurts for them like how it hurts for me. The same logic also tells me not to harm a child, not to harm you, not to harm another human being, right? It's just the same logic applied throughout your life. So for me, it was not such a big shock at all. The moment I made the connection, I was like, no, I'm not doing this. Did I have cravings? Yes. But I guess I felt sick with myself, especially after watching the slaughterhouse videos. I felt extremely sick and disgusted. I have seen those videos earlier before becoming vegan. Even then, they used to freak me out. But I would see them and think, well, this is just the way the world works. This is how it has to be. But when you realize it doesn't have to be that way, meat is not necessary. And I have been doing things just for my own pleasure and just for my taste buds and killing someone. It was very easy for me to quit. Like, I didn't even think about it. Like that. When it came to quitting non-veg, immediately, instantaneously, I stopped eating meat. Quitting dairy part was a bit harder for me. Not because I was more addicted to dairy, but because I really did not know how to eat and become vegan. These days, Most people have it lucky when they go online on YouTube and Google and search like, how do I become a vegan? What do I eat? Be it in India or any part of the world, you guys get so many recipes, so many options so you can learn from. Back then in 2014, when I went vegan, we had nothing, absolutely nothing on the internet. So there was a girl called Freely the Banana Girl, and she was encouraging people to eat 30 bananas a day. And I thought, well, vegans means they eat 30 bananas a day. I tried doing that. I ended up getting sick. So I had difficulties because I didn't have proper guidance. But apart from that, I would never say being vegan is difficult. And I personally, once I made the connection and realized wrong is wrong, I wouldn't kill a dog, I wouldn't kill a human. Just like how I love my own family and would never want anyone to hurt them, I have been that terrorist to other families who want to live on this earth just like I do. So that change was instant. No, nothing. I instantly quit.
Okay, and how was the action of people nearby you? As you said, you were an atheist since 11, and then you thought your friends eat, so it was it's okay to eat for you also. And then how did your relationship with your friends change? How did your relationship with home, your parents, and everybody changed? How did that work?
My parents' reactions, obviously, they were like, dude, you are a crazy person. Either you come to and say, I will eat beef, I don't believe in this, blah, 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 blah. Or you're like, I will stop drinking milk and not eat meat, eggs, or anything. So they're like, either you're here on this end or you're on this end. You're never in the middle. You're always on one extreme. But then I sat down with them and I explained to them, like, there's a reason for this. And I don't want to drink milk anymore. And I told my parents, you guys also don't drink milk. Don't do all this stuff. My parents thought I was insane. They thought that their child went mental. Till today, they still think that. So my parents, seriously, till today, no, my family, nobody. And an unfortunate thing about me is that I, from a young age, was never too close with my family. It's a very sad thing, but actually there's not much of a connection between us. So I guess they're living their life, I'm living my life. There's not much interaction. Regarding friends, when I went back to my office, I was working back then, and I told my colleagues, like, I'm going to stop eating meat and stuff. First thing they did, they all laughed. They're like, okay, guys, let's all keep a bet. Let's see how long it lasts. Let's see how many days it takes for Aravind back and he's eating the same chicken wrap again with double cheese. So I told, like, guys, no, this time I'm done. I don't want to be, and I explained the reasons to them. They were very insensitive, very cold, basically how usually humans behave, because I realized as growing up that I am quite one of the oddballs in the fact that if someone explains to me something which I initially did not agree with, but then they give me logic and rationale as to why they're right, I instantly accept what they say. That's how I've always, you can, right now, if there's something, if you think there's something wrong with me, and you could prove to me in an objective, rational way with logic or through science, through data, that I am wrong, I will instantly change my position. Because for me, it's not about ego. It's about what's the truth of this world. I'm always interested in that. Like, what is reality? Where am I living in? And that is one of the things from a young age that led me to atheism. I just could, like, I have no issues with others being religious, but I could not accept religion at all. Like, at all. None of them made any sense to me. So similarly, but I realized, unfortunately, most humans, no human is like that. I am the only oddball out here. Where most humans, they are born to a family, they are given a name, given a religion, given an identity. They have like so many identities that they're born into, and they die defending them. If they were born elsewhere, they would have been dying defending that instead, right?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, all my friends, my colleagues, well, they were shocked knowing that Aravind did not eat meat, because not only was I a meat eater, I was one of those guys who would eat 1 kg of chicken in one sitting. I was one of those crazy ones. Like, if you were a vegan and you approached me when I was a non-vegan and told me, hey, Aravind, I'm a vegan, I'll be like, you know what, just to piss you off, in front of you today, I'm going to eat a full bucket of. I was one of those guys. Okay, I was one of them. So obviously, I can understand why my friends did that to me. But unfortunately, as a few months went on, I could no longer see the world the way I used to see it. Because early, I don't know if you realize this, but when I went vegan and I used to walk on the street and see so many slaughterhouses everywhere and animals screaming, I used to ask myself, is this something that I'm only recently noticing? Like, has this been going on since I was a kid? Yeah. Or am I only noticing this right now? Like, how come I didn't see this at all? It's the same street, the same slaughterhouse, the same number of chickens every day screaming and being chopped up, all the goats being tied outside, calves starving on the road, cows eating plastic, buffaloes with broken legs and people hurting dogs and all this. Like, I see this every day, and I realized that this has been happening. I was just turning a blind eye, apparently. So, yeah. once you start seeing this stuff every day, day on end, and you start seeing your friends and colleagues and family giving the same old irrational excuses, because see, if someone says to me like, hey Aravind, you can be an atheist, but I believe in God, I'm gonna do puja, I'm gonna go to the temple, and I'm gonna do namaz, I'm like, cool. Like, I mean, that doesn't hurt anyone, right? You doing a prayers doesn't harm anybody. But when they say you be vegan but you respect my right to eat meat, it's like, that doesn't work. That's not how law, because your actions now involve someone else. If your actions hurt nobody, why do I care what you do? So even though my friends were still friends, I distanced myself from them completely. I went on Facebook. I unfriended all of my friends from childhood. Only my birthday was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Only 3 weeks ago, I got back in touch because of my wife with a friend from 6 years ago. I've spoken to her 6 years. So because I just cut friendship, and I told, you know what, in my life, I'm making a stance. I'm taking the animal side. I'm not taking anyone else's side here. Okay, the animals are innocent. What's happening to them is wrong. It's like what Gary says. It's literally a Holocaust. There's literally a Holocaust going on. And all my friends and family are in support of that. It's literally like living back in World War II Germany, where all your friends are Jews and all your friends and family happen to support Hitler. Like it really, or you live back in slavery times in America, where all your friends happen to be black people, but your friends and family all happen to be white people who own slaves. Like, it's a very difficult world to live in as a vegan, especially once you make the connection. Once I look at that chicken, I see that buffalo, and I think, hey, that's me. Like, that's no difference here. And the person I call as a friend or family will say anything to enslave, exploit, murder, mutilate, beat up, rape these animals. I can't be friends with them anymore. I just couldn't. So I gave up all my friends. And at this point, I am a loner. I hardly have like 2-3 close friends. That's it. So that's unfortunately my life right now. I don't regret it though. I don't regret any of my decisions. I made this decision for a reason, and I stand by it. I want to spend my life doing this. So that's where I am right now.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. And also, as you said, that when you see a chicken screaming, when you see a goat being tied up, and cows eating plastic, and I think it happens when you were vegan. When I was also, I remember these days, when I see cows, when I see animals on the street, when I see dogs on the street, now I understand what's happening, why it's the reason they are like that. I understand why it's eating plastic and why it's happening, why are they roaming on the road, what's happening. And luckily, what happened when you spoke about, when I saw your video for the first time, luckily there is a dairy farm back of my house itself. So if I open a door from back, I can see everything what's happening there. So we have seen how cows are, give birth to a child, how they're injecting things, and I've also found a lot of times those bottles, when they give them chemicals to produce more and more milk. So I think those things also helped, and it became it became more thing. It was happening in my eyes. I have seen them happening, but when I got to know about the problem, it became very serious to me, and I understood it in a very, very proper way. I think that happened after understanding that why it's happening and being a vegan. I think that's what happened with me too. So
because if suppose many are going to watch this video, if you feel you want to be a vegan and have friends with non-vegans and live your life differently from mine, please do so. Understand that I am not telling anyone to be me. I'm just being me. If you want to be a vegan, be friends with non-vegans, hang out, still love your friends and family, please do so. That the only thing I ask of people is please live vegan. That's it. But there's no compulsion that you have to be like me. That because people might think, oh, if vegan, you can't have non-vegan friends, or you can't be close to your family. That's not true. That's just different people have different opinions. That's it.
Yeah, totally agree. I agree with you. So then how has the activism part of it has changed? You have been creating a lot of videos, and I think you have also started making videos in Hindi, so you can reach to a bigger audience and different audiences, all of that. So how has the activism part of it has changed, and when did you start doing activism and all of that?
Okay, so firstly, I started even though I went vegan in 2014, it took till 2016 for me to start doing activism. So just like everybody else, we all want the world to change. We don't want to move our ass, and if I can say that, but I'm sorry, we don't want to, we don't want to make the effort. Like, I am like, okay, I want India to become vegan. I hope that one day Gary will come to India and he'll also lecture here, like how he did in Israel, and he'll change Indians. Why can't I start doing something myself? Why should I, wait for in India? There's this mentality. Someone's suffering But it's okay, someone will help them. Always this someone else will do something. So I unfortunately had that same attitude for the first 2 years I was vegan. But in 2016, I finally decided to, I met a few friends who were also vegans. Understand, even though I went vegan in 2014, July or August, I don't remember, sometime like that, until 2016, like 2 years later, meet a single vegan in my life. I didn't meet anybody. So I finally met a few gang, and then we decided to do activism. We went to the beach, we distributed pamphlets, we spoke to people, showed them videos. So it started like that. And then as I realized that even though on the weekend I would go and speak to, like, let's say 100 people, if I was lucky, they'll all take a pamphlet, they'll all like shake their head, they'll be like, ha, they'll see the video and they'll go away. But I asked myself, like, are people really changing? I mean, I would take pictures, put them online, and other vegans from India will come and say, wow, very impressive, inspirational, awesome job. Like, that was all awesome. Like, we as human beings, we want admiration. We want to say, hey, look, we're doing so much work, all this stuff. But I want to be honest with myself. Am I making a difference? The answer was no. Nothing was really happening. So then I used to go back to work and work from 8 to 5 every single day, from Monday to Friday, sometimes even Saturday. And only Sunday I could do outreach. And I was thinking, why am I wasting my time doing this? My heart is begging to go outside there and do activism full time, just like Gary, because he would go around the US driving his car and he would give lectures, around 300 to 400 lectures per year in various schools and universities. And I thought to myself, hey, I'm pretty good at speaking. Maybe I could also go all over India and give lectures to people and convince the students to go vegan there. So eventually in 2016, I decided to quit my job. And all my friends and family, my parents especially, they were like, do not do this. Like, you're ruining your life. I was like, nope, I'm convinced I'm quitting my job. I put down my papers, I quit my job, and then I tried giving lectures. I did some in Tamil Nadu. I'm from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Then I moved to Mumbai. My parents were living in Mumbai at that time. And then I gave plenty of lectures there. It was all going good. In the meanwhile, I happened to meet a girl on a WhatsApp group who also was a vegan from Malaysia. She's now my wife, Ashwini. And we both decided, and we hadn't even met each other in real back then in 2017. We still hadn't even seen each other in real life. So it's all through just WhatsApp. So, but we decided that we both had a similar mind. 1 second, there's a vehicle going by. Yeah. So we both decided that we have a very similar ideology in mind. Even she wanted to do a lot of activism and stuff. She had made her own documentary in Tamil about veganism. And I was really impressed. I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe we both can work together and do something. So we started slowly making videos together and publishing them on Facebook, YouTube. And we realized after a couple of months, by 2017 end, we were getting thousands upon thousands and thousands and thousands of views, nearly millions of views on Facebook. So I never expected that my videos would ever take off that well. I just thought I'll quit my job. I was angry at the world. I was angry at everybody. I will go around like Gary giving lectures for a year or two with the amount of money I saved when I had a job. Then eventually when I run out of money, I'll have to go back and get a job. This is just a 2-year stunt I wanted to do because I just felt so angry at the world and I felt that I wanted to do something to make a difference. I didn't have a proper plan in mind. But then near the end of 2017, I was contacted by someone who wanted to remain anonymous. And that person asked me, who are you and what are you doing? I told them, my name is Aravind, I'm a vegan, and I'm trying to spread the message all over India. I'm giving lectures here and there. Me and my girlfriend, we create videos sometimes on social media and we post them. He was like, okay, what will you do once you run out of money? And I was like, then I have to get a job again. There's nothing more I can do. And he was like, you know what? No, don't get a job. I like the stuff you're doing. You're doing amazing stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll pay for your money. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, no, I pay for your food. I'll pay for your house rent, your electricity bills, everything I handle. You want equipment like camera, laptops, I give everything. Just keep doing what you're doing. I was like, okay, fine. I'll try this. And check for around $3,500 was sent to me back in 20. I believe it was happening. I was like, this is crazy. From the US was sent to me. And the moment I got that money, first thing, me and my girlfriend, we bought a laptop, we got a DSLR camera. We were like, they're getting a once in a lifetime investment, might as well make use of it. And then we started making even more videos and they just started blowing up like crazy on the internet. And then we went back to this person and like, look, we thank you so much for the money you first gave us. It's really helpful. You've done a lot, but we want to make something clear. Do you think you can continue supporting us with what we do full time? Like, can we quit our job? Like, even my wife told me, like my girlfriend told me back then, like, should I quit my job and do full time? He was like, yep, go ahead. I'll support you guys. So from then till now, this person has been funding us and helping us do our work. So that's how I'm able to do it full time. That is because people ask me, how do you get the money? This is how. I was lucky. That's all I can say. I was lucky. I was lucky that this philanthropist, I didn't go searching for anything. They got in touch with me. That's the weird part. So this philanthropist has been kind so far, very kindly offering us donations, and that's how we're able to do what we do. And after that, especially on Facebook, things just blew up. Like there was this one video called "But Plants Feel Pain." It's like a Q&A session of me after a lecture where a student asked me like, "Plants also feel pain," and that lecture suddenly, that video, small video, like 4 minutes, suddenly took off. It got like around some 8 million views in a span of few days, and everyone is sharing it. And then the milk is murder. That video got 26 or 27 million views. Okay, it's insane. Then we had a video about Zakir Naik. I can label like around some 15 videos and understand that all of these viral videos went organically viral. We did not promote these videos. Yes, we do. We used to promote videos initially because they wouldn't get much reach, but everything has gone viral, has organically gone viral for us. And recently, that Hindi video, "Why I Don't Eat Eggs," I didn't expect that video to. It has now almost 4.5 million views. So it's crazy with 125,000 reactions. I mean, to think that a vegan in India, a Tamil guy speaking in Hindi about why he does not eat eggs, reaches 4.5 million people, shows that miracles can happen if we just. So yeah, I'm really grateful. I will be honest. Yes, you do need talent to make videos, to give lectures, to have a camera. That's necessary on one side. But we also have to admit one thing. You can call it God's grace. I call it as luck. You need luck in life. We got lucky in that regard, both when it comes to money and when it came to like success of our channel and page. So Instagram and YouTube, we're okay. We're not that great. But on Facebook, yes, it's taken off like wildfire, our page. And right now in India, I must say that we have created quite an impact in India because there are so many people right now who know what veganism is.
Yeah,
they do. So yeah, so that's been going good for us. And right now, I am a Tamilian, so I don't speak Hindi, but I'm trying my level best to now make videos in a different language because, as you said, the reach will be much higher. Not only India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, the world over, more than 500 million people speak Hindi. So it's good to try that.
Yeah, totally. So many different experiences and all of that, and so many things you've gone through. Got help from quitting your job, being against your parents, being an atheist, leaving your friends, living a habit which you have followed all your life. What all these factors and what all of these things make you learn?
I'm sorry, what do they make me what?
How do they help you learn, and what did they what did you learn from them?
Well, I guess that I didn't learn anything from making these decisions, but rather it's the person who I was that made me make decisions. Like from a young age, I have been a stubborn person. Like I said in the beginning, like for me, it's this simple. Mm-hmm. You show me evidence, logic, and reasoning, and I will be on your side. That's all I ask for. So all the decisions that I make right now in my life regarding my activism, me quitting my job, me being a vegan, promoting veganism, all of this is based on pure science, rational thinking, and logic. That's it. So I just stick by that. I don't think I have anything like because many people say that they have other motivational quotes to give to inspire other people. I unfortunately am not like that. I can't share anything like that. I can only say one thing to people: be rational, be logical. Don't lie to yourself. That's a good thing to tell people, because I think as human beings, we have a really big mental defense mechanism. The moment someone points out an error to another human being, defense mechanism are immediately fired. And me being a vegan, trying to convince non-vegans to not eat meat, milk, and eggs, like the amount of resistance I face is insane. It is nuts. You have no idea what resistance is unless you're a vegan who's trying to promote animal rights. It's nuts how much resistance we face for saying those things. So, and that's unfortunately because most humans have been born and raised in a household by parents who lie to them. Let's be honest, most of our parents are not okay. They will say any bullshit they want to just to make sure that you listen to them. They will use scare tactics. They will say stuff like, we'll take away your internet, we won't give you pocket money. They will not sit down like, hey, listen here, I don't want you to do this because so-and-so is the rational reason why. No. You do that, I take away the internet. So a child grows up thinking, so when the child has been hearing only this, and we also have our favorite politicians, favorite cinema stars, favorite sports stars, we all like our parents, our family. If you think about it this way, how do I put this? Like, think of it this way. There's a reason why people are so resistant to veganism and the truth in general. And that is because they have never heard these words ever in their life. They've never heard someone else that they look up to say these words. Even you think in your life, have you ever heard your favorite teachers, your parents, or your politician, or anybody say this? Hey, I'm sorry. What I did was wrong. I should not do that. I will change myself. Have you heard anyone ever say that? No, because it actually takes a great deal of courage to admit that you're wrong and change yourself. So all their lives, everyone I meet around me has never heard their parents saying that, never heard their religious leaders saying that, never heard their favorite politician saying that. So even when I say, hey, it's wrong to kill animals, even though deep down inside they know it's wrong. Instead of saying, hey, look, I'm sorry, what it was wrong, I'll change, the defense mechanism kicks up. Oh no, you're trying to push some agenda on me. You have something else. You have plans. They get defensive. So my, if there's a message I want to say to people, it is like, be honest to yourself. Like, just because everyone around you lies doesn't mean you have to. At least be honest to yourself, because come on, we know when we're lying to ourselves. Don't do that.
Yeah. Great. Totally. So thank you very much, Aravind, for sparing your time out and joining me in. It was a pleasure to talk to you, and thank you very much for all the valuable things you have gone through and shared with me. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure again.